Hello everyone, it's your boy, Alexis Yoko, or Alexander, and today I'm gonna be analyzing Sebastian Michaelis. More exactly, his humanity. Let's start with how Sebastian denies that demons can feel any emotion. Let's continue with the fact that he's lying.
Criminal offensive side eye.
Here we can see he thinks human emotions and crying are always connected, so I guess he actually believes that and doesn't lie on purpose. You can feel emotions without showing them through crying, Sebastian, and you do that. Most of the time, Sebastian doesn't seem to emotionally imply in anything. He seems well put together and in control. But how much in control is he actually? To what extent? Sebastian himself admitted that he has a weakness for cats. Like a normal human being, however, he's a demon. He's not supposed to have any human weaknesses. Sebastian also feels bad for Ciel because he's allergic to cats. He also seemed to empathize with Ciel when Ciel visited his parents' graves. Back to cats, Sebastian said they are very different from the pets demons have in his world. So his love for cats may also imply fascination for things or beings that are different, which sounds very human to me. Even if Sebastian says he doesn't feel emotions, he told Ciel to think of people's feelings. Yup, a demon said that. Also, Sebastian is fatherly towards Ciel sometimes, even if Ciel didn't request it and doesn't even like it. I'm not saying Sebastian is a fatherly figure. We all know he wants to eat Ciel, so I'm saying he is fatherly sometimes. And even if he's strict, he seems to be patient towards his master. Very patient, considering how Ciel treats him sometimes. We know Ciel suffered the trauma, and the way he was raised before that explains why he is behaving like that. But you'd expect that a demon wouldn't be as reserved, and will slap the shit out of a kid and demand more respect, regardless of the contract. I mean, what would stop Sebastian from doing this? He got angry at Ciel before, but he didn't beat him or anything. Ciel also motivated Sebastian when Ronald looked down on him. When Ronald said he won't be picking at the weak, Sebastian punched him. But he didn't have a problem with Ronald calling him weak before Ciel's encouragement. To me, this sounds like, this kid sees me as a protector, and believes in me, so I won't be disappointing him. Sebastian cares about how Ciel sees him, and is unconsciously looking for his approval. Sounds weird, doesn't it? A demon looks for the approval of someone he calls brat. I guess this can indicate some level of insecurity, as he looks for humans' admiration and validation in general. Although, I guess Sebastian respects Ciel on a certain degree. Sebastian was clearly jealous of Agni when Agni managed to order the servants around better than he did. Envy also sounds pretty human to me. I think out of the 7 capital sins, envy is his dominant sin. Jealous or not, Sebastian had an emotional reaction when Agni called him his friend, stating that nobody called him like that before. And they were actually good friends. Wait a second. Sebastian is jealous of Agni, but also he respects him and follows his advice. Sebastian is a demon, Agni has the right hand of God and no longer lives in sin. Interesting. In one of my previous videos, I was talking about how Sebastian may be a demon of envy. And maybe he also doesn't like the fact that he's a demon. He also says, I'm nothing and I can become anyone. Maybe Sebastian considers himself a nobody out of insecurity. Or maybe he doesn't know his own roots. He himself doesn't know how his own kind works. Which can be possible because Sebastian doesn't even comprehend his own emotions, and that they are not necessarily related to crying. And he may think there's something wrong with him, as he was really worried when he started crying. When he, Ciel, and Joker were watching that sick show, Sebastian seemed distressed by the little girl falling and dying on the stage. He didn't look as distressed as Ciel and Joker, still you can see he felt bad for the girl. And for the kids in general, even if in the end he did what Ciel ordered. When he and Ciel had to investigate the Sphere Music Hall, Sebastian was kicked out. He clearly felt horrible, but why did Sebastian care about what humans think of him? This time, humans that he doesn't even know. He didn't give a shit about the Shinigami's opinion, but it seems he cares about humans' opinions. After this, and after being rejected by a cat, Sebastian went to a bar and talked to a prostitute. I'll go back to the fact that Sebastian said he wanted to talk to the prostitute. So after being rejected by some random humans, Sebastian talked to another human for comfort. This is usually something humans do as well, get things off their chest by telling someone else about them. Sebastian needs comfort and acceptance. Sebastian also seems to have some insecurities when it comes to intimacy. Even though he likes being admired, Sebastian got all embarrassed when Laos girls wanted to undress him. It would be understandable for a human, but Sebastian ain't one, and that's not even his real form. So, what was the big deal? Were the girls too direct? Sebastian seemed clearly distressed when Madame Red touched his ass without asking permission, which again is a very normal reaction for a human. And what she did was obviously wrong. But you won't expect a demon to react like this, wouldn't you? Sebastian is also uncomfortable when Grell flirts with him. Every single time. He was protective towards Marin, telling her she shouldn't open the door to anyone during night because she's a lady. He could just walk away without saying anything if he didn't care. When Sebastian pretended to be dead, he said that it was the first time he shown humans such a humiliating appearance. But what was humiliating though? The fact that he played dead? The fact that he was stabbed? No, they saw him like that before. Sebastian was also naked in that scene. So, here's the problem. He didn't say it was embarrassing or inappropriate, but humiliating. He felt humiliated. I got it, the prudish Victorians, but Sebastian knew very well they just had to check his body. And why would the demon feel humiliated if some humans see him naked? In his human form as well. He didn't even get naked when he had sex. He didn't get naked when he had sex with Beast. Maybe keeping most of his clothes on made him feel more in control. And he was more in control than her anyway. He was the direct one here. Beast was in a vulnerable state, deciding to sleep with Sebastian to release her pain. It was convenient for her, but it was more convenient for Sebastian. My man didn't even take his clothes off in the sauna. He could infiltrate better if he did. It seems like Sebastian only takes his clothes off in front of humans when he doesn't have a choice. And also, who in a male body holds their dress shirt like that? I might be nitpicky on this one, but why is he holding on his dress shirt? Why is Sebastian so reserved about getting naked or shirtless in front of humans? He even shown vulnerability to Ciel in that moment. It was also because Nina was there and we know what Nina gets up to, but a demon shown vulnerability to a human child. And knowing Ciel, that wasn't a manipulation method to make him stop. Back to the Sphere Music Hall and how after being kicked out, Sebastian wanted to talk to a prostitute. My man preferred to talk to the prostitute, to get things off his chest, rather than sleep with her, and do that. The woman literally offered her services, and he was like, yeah, I wanted to talk to someone. And then bought her food and asked her for information, without anything sexual, unlike in Beast's case. Sure, Sebastian likes being seductive, yet only when he knows he's in control. But is he actually in control, if most of the people he seduced were vulnerable in a way or another? We all enjoy some sexy and confident Sebastian, but he is more than likely insecure. We don't know if anything traumatizing happened to him, or if his insecurity comes from somewhere else. If Sebastian sees crying and emotions as interconnected, maybe he sees emotions and vulnerability as interconnected, sexuality and nakedness representing vulnerability the most. Now, it is possible that there can be more than just associating things. We don't know that for sure. Speaking of Sebastian and trauma, I'm pretty sure he is afraid of Undertaker, because Undertaker alone managed to defeat him and two Shinigamis while injuring them all really badly. He also seems distressed when Undertaker is around, and this behavior shows that Sebastian can experience trauma to a degree. Sebastian called Sullivan's mother a monster. Indirectly, but still. Technically, a demon called a human inhumane. You don't see this every day. Now, let's get to something less dark that will show Sebastian's humanity. Here, Sebastian is trying very hard not to laugh. Our standoffish demon is trying very hard not to laugh. One can argue this was an act of revenge because Ciel humiliates him sometimes. But taking revenge is humanly too, so my point still stands up. Also, after Sebastian talked to that prostitute and returned with two of them, he started dancing happily. And this is an unusual behavior for him. Standoffish demon who? Self-control where? Nah, let my man be happy. He attended the play that he seemed to enjoy, because he said he wasn't able to enjoy it for more than 2 minutes. As an artist and a human, being able to enjoy art implies emotion at some degree, especially when we're talking about opera. Everyone has their own opinion about Sebastian's humanity and how similar or not he is to humans. I personally think he is not that different from us. But man, Sebastian is a demon who eats souls. Yes, because that's what he's programmed to do. Aren't animals killing other animals to eat? Aren't we taking lives to eat too? Sebastian does what his species is supposed to do, just like any other species. Also, from a religious point of view, humans are also inherently evil because of the ancestral sin. Regardless of if you're religious, spiritual, or an atheist, we should talk about this subject from a religious perspective. I mean, my guy is a demon after all. To me, it's pretty clear that Sebastian has a love-hate relationship with his humanity, probably with the fact that he's a demon too. I also believe he feels weak in a way because of his emotional side, which is very human. Sebastian doesn't criticize only humans, he also says bad things about his own kind, which again is also something we do. This makes me think that either he spent enough time with humans and inherited some of their behaviors, either he's something between humans and demons. We don't know Sebastian's origin, we don't know his past, we don't know how exactly demons work in this manga. We know shinigamis are humans that committed suicide and then became shinigamis as a punishment. We still don't know much about Sebastian. Maybe he is a misfit between other demons. And I guess we know enough to conclude that, in fact, Sebastian is capable of feeling emotions, empathy, and also has insecurities and can be vulnerable, like a human. Anyway, I hope you liked my analysis. Tell me your thoughts in the comments, and thank you for watching.